baby sister here, Meena, I'm sorry, known among her friends and family as Meena.
You can come on up. If you want to take pictures, it's fine.
Alright, cool. Yeah, thank you
This
so much.
is
We're just
a joyful day, so
Yeah.
people should just
Thank
feel
you.
free to do as they wish.
thank you for doing it.
It's fine.
I have a number of submissions in support of Ms. Ansari's application as a member of the Law Society. Ms. Ansari, or Meena, she's known among her friends, is daughter of Mrs. Uzma Shaheen, or Dr. Shaheen, who's here, and Mrs. Habib Ansari, who's also here, proud parents. We were all born in the Pakistani city of Lahore. Meena was born there in 1999, and
1991.
1991, sorry, May 1991, thank you. And we came to this, our parents brought us to this country as immigrants in 2000. And having done so, they made the very deliberate decision to raise us in this country and in this culture. Something that undoubtedly had an enormous impact on both of our lives. The signs of a young advocate in Ms. Ansari was present as a young child. I remember as school children, there's about a 3-year gap in between us, so we would often fight. And on one occasion, she was so frustrated with me, she loudly announced to me and to everyone who could hear, "I divorce you as my brother." So, early signs of a budding family lawyer, perhaps. She was very disappointed to learn later that day that that was not an option, and she was very much stuck with me for the rest of her life. Something she's been upset about, I think, ever since. As a child, she grew up in a home where she found her parents, her mother, who served other in the medical professional, and was motivated early on in her life to raise her voice for what she thought was unjust or unfair.
Sure.
Unfair to her especially, but also to people that she cared about, which laid a strong early foundation for her. Shortly after our family moved to Canada, we relocated to a small town in Nova Scotia, about 7,000 people, Yarmouth. She went to junior high school there, had quite a few friends, and that was quite a significant transformation. We never lived in a small town like that, where everyone knew each other, everyone was friendly, everyone was in everyone's business. A little while after, she went to the same high school that I had graduated from. There was only one high school in Nova Scotia. And so she very quickly became Karen's baby sister. This being an entirely unacceptable state of affairs to her, she found a summer math camp for herself to escape to, get away from all of this, being Karen's little sister nonsense. She liked it, and later that September, we were once again informed that she had found her own boarding school, and that she would not be going to high school, the same place her brother went. She was going to fill out the 50-page application, and she was going to go to New Brunswick, because that's what she wanted to do. So she went to Rothesay Netherwood, which I think was certain, and was there by herself, and no one in our family had that experience, and so certainly a unique experience for her. I recall as children, our father was very interested in both of us sort of doing physical activities and sports and things, and swimming was a big part of this. He was very determined that we should be strong swimmers. So, you know, I think she was only 4, maybe 5 years old when she first 3 years old when she first went to the swimming pool. Involved a lot of other children would have been a little cautious. I remember my dad sort of holding her and lowering her into the thing with her little floaters, and she just took right to it, forged through the water with a kind of joy, more than what my sister's determination. I remember the pride on my father's after her graduation from high school at Rothesay, she decided she wanted to study biology, so she went to Acadia University. Then decided, no, this is not for me. While at Acadia, she was captain of the debate team, number of other accomplishments. Decided, I'm going to go to the U of T, total different change, and I'm going to study philosophy. She did that, and most recently she's decided that she wants to do criminal law. So from philosophy to criminal law, clearly not someone who cares about making too much money, but someone who maybe has a lot of determination for what she wants to do. In her legal education, after U of T, she decided that she wanted, I think she was, during her course of her legal studies, she went to the United States, spent a year in Pittsburgh. She was in British Columbia, Victoria University, where she graduated. But during that time, she spent time in Bella Coola, spent time in Toronto doing internships, spent time really all over North America. She was on the Dean's List at Pittsburgh. She received the International Legal Fellow Education Scholarship, received the Walnuts Award. I understand she spent quite a bit of time in the Netherlands, in The Hague, at the International Court of Justice. So actually for a number of years, our family holidays were just going to wherever Meena was at that time. Northern BC, Europe, Toronto, Pittsburgh. So throughout this, I think what struck me about my sister's journey more than anything else is the very deliberate effort to choose and to construct one's life and one's path in life in the way that one sees it best. She's always, in my view, known what she wanted and has been determined to seek it out. I think that's something that she receives from her parents who also made deliberate choices about how they wanted to build their life and their family. And if her application is accepted today, I'm sure that she'll still bring that determination, that deliberateness, that passion for others to her practice, and to the benefit of her colleagues and her clients and to our profession. Subject to any questions Your Honor may have, that is my application on behalf of the society.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to depart somewhat from the agenda, which never makes much sense to me in how it's constructed. And I'm going to consider your application and rule on it, and then we'll move on, assuming that I grant it. So I do have some preliminary comments to make. On behalf of Chief Judge Redmond, Judge Jakes, and the rest of the members of the Provincial Court, I want to offer congratulations to you, Ms. Ansari, on being the subject of this application today. Of course, a warm welcome to any members of the bar who are able to be present. It is an honor and a distinct pleasure for me to preside at this ceremony today. In addition to welcoming you to the profession, I want to extend my good wishes to your family and to your colleagues and friends who are watching this from afar, including your new colleagues at OKT Law in Toronto. I also wish to extend my congratulations to your parents, Dr. Shaheen and Mr. Ansari, who must truly be amazing people to have raised the two of you. I'm sure they are very proud of you both. I am the mother of two boys who are just embarking on adulthood, and I can only dream of the thrill of watching a child achieve such a major milestone in their professional life. And under these circumstances, it must be even sweeter to witness. If my boys turn out half so well as you, I will consider myself very lucky. Ms. Ansari, I am sure that the rest of your family and friends feel very proud of you, and I know that they wish they could all be here in person, and they must miss you as much as you miss seeing them today. I want to particularly welcome and congratulate your husband, Dennis Burkhoff. I am sure he is very proud of your accomplishments. I have been married 25 years next month, which seems amazing. Anyone would put up with me for 25 years. But I can tell you from experience that it is fantastic to have a supportive partner when you are trying to accomplish something outstanding in your own professional life. Dennis, I met with Meena some time ago, and it was very apparent to me that the two of you are a wonderful team. She expressed admiration and pride in your accomplishments, and I know that you feel the same way about her. I will say this though, I'm sure it's not true in Meena's case, but my husband tells me that it can be a tiny bit challenging to be married to a lawyer, at least from time to time. On the off chance that you occasionally find that this is the case, I am sure that you are exactly the type of person who is up to this challenge. In addition to your family, I'd like to welcome your friend Mala Akhalidi and your legal assistants Namisha Meera and Heather Evoy. There is no doubt that in this life we are blessed to have loyal girlfriends. I can assure you that these friendships are critical in our professional success and in finding joy in life outside of work. Your friends are undoubtedly reveling in what this day means for you. Further, Ms. Ansari will be aware that Ms. Evoy and Ms. Meera were senior judicial clerks before they abandoned me for the Crown's office. These ladies know in what high regard my brothers and sisters on the bench hold them. And I must tell you, when you as a lawyer have the support of your legal assistants and the court clerks, you are doing something very right indeed. The practice of law is a rewarding and fulfilling career. It challenges us and allows us the opportunity to continue to learn and grow and build on professional strengths. In becoming a member of the Law Society of Alberta, you are joining a professional body that was established over 100 years ago and has a proud history. The activities of its members have had a profound influence on governments, businesses, institutions, and communities. Because of its history, tradition, and organization, the bar has always been in the forefront to defend and explain to the public the rule of law. The bar closely monitors the proper administration of justice and jealously guards the independence of the judiciary. In any democracy, these are important safeguards for checking and balancing the powers of the state against the principles of the rule of law. Leaders in the law are needed as much, or maybe now more than ever, to make sure that the rule of law will continue to thrive. The view that the public has of the justice system in Canada is due in great measure to the actions and words of members of the bar. In addition, our own society has much important work to do in the area of reconciliation with the Indigenous peoples who first lived on this land where we now settle. Barristers working in policy and litigation are critical to the success of that incredibly important endeavor. I have, of course, Mr. Ansari, reviewed your sister's resume, and there is no doubt that it reveals she is someone with an excellent education and experience to which you have referred. Her experience ranges from the most personal and hands-on to the most public and solemn on an international level. Undoubtedly, this experience will serve her in good stead as she faces the challenges that will come with her chosen role as a barrister. However, there is obviously more to being a lawyer than just what someone's life looks like when compressed into a resume. Much of what dictates a lawyer's eventual success is her ability to relate to others and establish a reputation within the legal community and with the court. My own impressions of Ms. Ansari is that she is a professional, dedicated, and hardworking person who tries to do her very best in every situation. She has always been exceedingly well prepared, pleasant, and calm in court, which is an environment that sometimes can be quite stressful. I know Ms. Ansari spent part of her articling year with Musil Flett, with partners there, Corey Flett and Waverly Musil. Ms. Flett and Ms. Musil are highly regarded barristers themselves. Upon completion of her time in that office, Ms. Musil sent to me, unprompted, the following remarks, which I will read to verbatim. Ms. Ansari was seconded to my office for the last month of her articling to gain exposure to ethics and professionalism, practice management, client relationship management, conducting matters, and adjudicative/alternative dispute resolution. I can say that she was a delight to have in the office, was eager and meticulous with respect to whatever task we assigned her. We were only able to have her for a short time, but we were able to have her assist and be involved in real estate transactions, a full-day personal injury mediation, questionings, notaries, drafting and signing affidavits with clients, and assisting us in human resource matters. Meena's demeanor with clients and our staff was professional, friendly, and appropriately inquisitive. Corey and I have been pleased to host her for this past month, and we believe that she will be a strong advocate for her future clients and an asset to the legal community. Of course, much of Ms. Ansari's articling year was spent with the local Crown Prosecutor's Office, and Mr. John Leloup, the Chief Crown Prosecutor there, confirmed my assessment of Ms. Ansari as a, quote, passionate and compassionate person. I have seen both of these qualities in abundance in her court appearances. It is also clear that Ms. Ansari has had the benefit of being part of a loving and supportive family and now has a true partner for her future life who has the intelligence and ambition to accompany her on her new journey. She and Dennis are supportive of each other's success. Family responsibilities, adventures, and interests outside of work are also professional strengths. They keep one connected to life outside the law, so that life is enhanced by the profession rather than consumed by it. Ms. Ansari is lucky to have made choices that allow her to have those strengths in her life. Ms. Ansari is embarking upon a career as a barrister. In that role, she will bear great responsibilities to society as an officer of the court, to fellow counsel, her clients, witnesses, and other litigants. I have already alluded to the weight that role of counsel bears in shaping public opinion of the judicial system. Ms. Ansari's personal qualities make her capable of bearing those responsibilities. I am certain she will be a pleasure for opposing counsel to have on the other side of a file, and for the judges who are lucky enough to have her appear as an advocate in their courts. I am also convinced that she will derive a sense of personal fulfillment from living up to the traditions of the bar and be successful by any conventional measure. While Ms. Ansari will be leaving our local bar, our loss is certainly Toronto and Whitehorse's gain. Some of my more senior colleagues on the Court of Queen's Bench have remarked to me that their favorite cases to preside over were adoptions when those were held in open court, and it's easy to see why that would be, but I figure this is a pretty close equivalent. I am so pleased to preside today over our adoption of you as a member of the Alberta Bar. I know that you will thoroughly enjoy the career ahead of you and have every success in your career and your life. Mr. Ansari, I am most pleased to grant your application and to admit your sister as a member of the Law Society of Alberta. Ms. Ansari, I will have you now gowned. I guess you better get used to wearing this. And I will have you come forward to take the oath, finalizing your admission to the bar. So up in the witness box, it'll be an unusual place for you to be standing. Please put up in there. And there should be a Holy Quran present on the witness bench. There we go. Okay, so I'll have you read and take the oath.
I, Meena Ansari, of the City of Toronto, Fort McMurray, in the province of Alberta, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors according to law. That I will diligently, faithfully, and to the best of my ability execute, according to law, the office of barrister and solicitor. I will, as a barrister and solicitor, conduct all cases and matters faithfully and to the best of my ability. I will not seek to destroy anyone's property. I will not promote suits upon frivolous pretenses. I will not pervert the law to favor or prejudice anyone, but in all things will conduct myself truly and with integrity. I will uphold and maintain the sovereign's interest and that of the public according to the law in force in Alberta. So help me God.
All right, there should be a place for you to sign. Thank you. Thank you. Give it to me. I better sign it now because I'm always forgetting to sign things. Face me. Ansari, congratulations on your call to the bar. I think the gallery will agree this is worth a round of sincere applause. Mr. Clerk, I'm going to direct that a transcript of these proceedings be prepared and provided to Ms. Ansari. Additionally, an audio copy of the court recording will be prepared as a matter of course. If you could arrange to have the originals of our court document given to Ms. Regan, she'll send them to the Law Society so their official documentation may be issued.
Your Honor, may I make some remarks?
You may. Yes.
Would you prefer if I made them from here or from the?
I think it might be better to make it from council table just because the recording may be more straightforward. Unless, Curtis, did we check the mic here?
Yes, you can use both, but if you wanna use it.
Do you know what? Why don't you make them from here because then your parents and your husband can watch you. Do you need
Right
to
now,
know?
the mic is probably not working very well.
Pardon me?
You're saying the mic is not working?
No, it's working.
This one's working.
Can you hear her, Mom, if she's there, or would you rather her be closer?
No, I said the mic couldn't hear you very well. Maybe the mic needs to be closer.
During the oath?
It's only recording, it's not.
Oh, okay, that's good,
Oh,
that's good.
it's, okay.
No,
I just
now I
want
hear
your
you.
mom to be able to hear you.
Oh, it's okay, sorry.
Can you guys hear me?
If
Yes.
not, you know what, the plexi is there, so why don't you, just speak at the podium? Cause the gallery, should be able to see you from there as well, so, at least the WebEx gallery. Ladies, can you hear her in the back corner? Okay.
I'm not feeling quite as strong in my emotions as I was when I wrote this speech, Your Honor. I was a scrawny little girl, always sunburned for daydreaming in Dada and Dadi's mango tree, knees perpetually skinned from adventures gone awry. And boy, could I fill an earful. The only person patient enough to call my rambling sweet was Abba. I could lecture him for hours on the correct pronunciation of children, on the injustice of not receiving an allowance, on my teacher's ignorance of local politics. I am grateful for these years. I'm grateful to be raised as all girls should be, steeped in curiosity, free to feed their hunger for adventure, unaware of the inequities that await them. In the years since girlhood, I have found few men as keen to receive an earful from me. Instead, I have been graced with mountains of advice about when my mouth curves prettiest, whose opinion flows sweetest from my lips, and which choice flatters me best. I am grateful for these teachings too, but I have not found them to be helpful. And today, with the utmost respect, I return these shards of advice to the power structures from whence they came. As for me, I offer no advice. After all, I am not old and wise like the philosophers I studied, nor do I hail from a great European nation. But in my short and windy life, I have learned that heartbreak teaches us that we have crossed the edges of cruelty. Naive optimism drives us to imagine a world more beautiful than this one. And love is the fuel for the work we must all do. For me, that fuel is glimmers of a scrawny, sunburnt girl swinging from a mango tree, the authoress of her own life story. And when her form disappears behind the din of rejection and self-doubt, I look to all of you to buoy me back to her, as you have always done. I know, by now, you should know that I am incorrigibly sentimental. And I presume this speech has taught you that I insist on bringing that trait to my practice. For that reason, it means everything to me to be invited to this legal family by my actual family. This almost makes up for the times that you refused to get sibling tattoos with me. To the rest of my big, crazy, loving family, the Ansaris, the Osmanis, the Burkovs, and the Bates. No matter the path I walk, you have followed me. For this, I can never repay you. And to my chosen family, the friends I have made, I wouldn't be the woman I am today without the soothing blanket you wrap me in. I'm also blessed with the kindest mentors in the world, Kelly, Orlando, Lisa. Your confidence and faith in me frequently pierce the chainmail of imposter syndrome that I hold so close. And at work, I couldn't have stood tall without my pillars, Namisha and Heather. You inspire me every day with your work ethic and camaraderie. Nor would my future success be possible without Judge Cleary accepting this application. Your Honor, I cannot express how meaningful it is for me to be called by you. I'm constantly in awe of the compassion, patience, and dignity you give to every justice system participant. Going forward, I hope that the OPT team will provide me fertile ground to become a fierce advocate. I cannot imagine a vocation more worthy than supporting peoples asserting their sovereignty. I would like to conclude these remarks with advice my 9-year-old self insists on giving me on the next chapter of my life. Don't let me force you to wear pink. You don't like pink, even though it looks good on you. If a teacher can't tolerate you contradicting them, they aren't worth learning from. Always pick sunburns and skin knees over sitting in the shade. Thank you.
Well, I think the profession will be well served, and I expect, Ms. Ansari, when you're wearing this color or red, we can look forward to some poetical and beautiful judgments. So I find it difficult to follow those remarks with anything more than a thank you to everyone who was able to be here in person or virtually today. And to adjourn these proceedings until 9:30 a.m. On Monday in courtroom 203. Thank you all so much and congratulations again. We're gonna leave WebEx up and running, and we'll close court and turn off the FTR, but the courtroom is yours for as long as you wish, for pictures or to chat to whoever's on the screen. And I'll have Curtis put everybody up here on my monitor, gallery view, so that everyone can see. And if you wanna have a little chat or you wanna take pictures or anything, you're more than welcome. Thank you so much, and we'll adjourn court now formally. Thank you.
Stop recording?
It's recording on?
Yeah, it's on.
All right, good. Curtis, our paperwork.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch it, because that one is actually,
That's the original oath.
yeah, the original is in
You
here.
need to have that. All right. And. All right, I'm gonna come down and say hello. Meet everyone. I have for you a small memento and a copy of my remarks in case you're
Oh my gosh, yes, and
But we'll do
I
transfer.
have to make
Oh,
home
that's-
money someday.
Thank you so much.
So I'm happy that I was prepared.
It's really quite unnecessary, but I appreciate it. So,
Thank you so much, that was so lovely.
it was, I just love these days, they're so lovely. I'm gonna go and meet your mom.
Thank you, Jess.
Thank you so much for
Yeah.
being here for her, you look
So-
beautiful today.
Oh, thank you, yes.
I don't know, you've done good work here, people.
Hope so, I mean, she's,
We have to send it all.
she's fantastic, and so,
Yeah.
although I will tell you, I'm the eldest of 5, and so I have some sympathy.
Oh.
I feel like it's harder to be the eldest of them than to be the younger.
Yeah.
It can be quite a challenge. And you never ever stop feeling responsible for them, even when they're lawyers and doctors and teachers and.
I think that's the,
No, I
that's the thing, that
Oh, really?
all your children
Thank
are
you guys so
different,
much
that
for
you
coming.
I think
Go with the
I
flow.
think
watching you guys.
if you're like me, I think you learn a lot from them.
Yes.
Congratulations, Meena.
I thought I had it all figured out, and then I got these 2 boys, and you know,
Congratulations.
so.
And then.
Maybe have a picture with you.
Oh, of course,
Hi,
You guys just go quickly get these girls a hug, and I have nowhere else to be until 12:30. It's so good to see you.
I know.
Did you come? Did you cry?
Yeah,
Oh
I was
my
around
God,
here and I was
I
like,
tried so hard not to
I was like, there, Judge Perry goes.
cry. You know me, I can't
Yeah.
cry. I cry. I always say I'm not gonna cry, and then I always do.
I'd like to have a picture with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know where would
Yes.
be best. Usually we're on the dais, but I think the plexi will be in the way for the lens, don't you think? So what if we just
Then,
have it behind us?
then you hear.
Okay, we'll put you in the middle.
Just tell us where.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do it. Okay, second down. If you are okay with it, I'm happy to have my mask off. I've had 2
Okay, yeah, that's
vaccines.
Yeah.
So if everyone is okay with it.
Yeah, yeah, we
You
are.
better have memories without them.
We're all kind of dressed like the
Yes.
opposite.
Matchy.
There we go.
Can we
I
do a
see
shot
this.
like here and then can we step forward because sometimes it's one.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, we can come.
Yeah.
you put us where you want us to be.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I think he's telling us actually
But the
move down,
plexi's in the
right?
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do
Because,
it.
I don't want this thing will be on you guys' faces. It'll be
Yeah,
a little bit
that's
blurry.
okay,
Might as well get
Thank you.
do it right
Yes.
first.
Got in here, okay.
Perfect. There you go.
2 lawyers.
We have 4. My
Over here.
niece and nephew, they also are members with the
Oh,
bar.
fantastic.
They're both watching us.
Okay,
That's
I'll have
so
a shot
lovely.
on my camera here too.
Whole family didn't really
My
concentrate.
nephew is practicing here as a family lawyer, Zuckerberg.
Alright, perfect.
Thank you so much.
So
And thank you so much
Oh,
for
it's my
giving us
absolute
yeah.
pleasure and honor.
Thank
And
you
I'm
very
so sorry to be losing her.
much.
Really?
I hope
I
you
think
have
we're-
experience
I
makes a
think we're
difference.
very similar. I remember saying to my father, who's gone now, but was just this wonderful, sweet little Newfoundland man. I grew up in Nova Scotia, so I know all about
Oh
Nova.
my God,
Oh
Nova
yeah.
Scotia is so near to
Yeah,
the
it's so
heart.
lovely.
Yeah.
But I remember saying to him when I was 13, well, I have no problem obeying your rules as long as they're reasonable. And he said to me, listen, honey, this is not a democracy. Not that I was much of a rule breaker.
Like, what is that?
I don't know. Baby.
Oh,
You're part of Nova Scotia.
I grew up in Halifax.
Oh.
Yeah,
Big
and
city.
Yeah, I'm a city girl. I went to New Glasgow for a couple of years, which was a very interesting experience. And then I married this man who was a physician. He's a family physician, and he was in the army. They put him through medical school, so
Oh,
they
yes.
posted him to Suffield in southern Alberta, which is almost Saskatchewan, close to Medicine Hat. And I thought, well, I guess that's it. My career is over now.
Yeah.
But, you know, I was married to him, what I was going to do. So we actually spent our whole first married year apart because we were trying to get the army to send him back to Nova Scotia
Yeah.
so that, you know, I
Yeah.
could keep my career there. And I thought, well, I don't know what I guess I'll get some kind of a job, but like, you know, that's just it. Nothing
Yeah.
good will happen to me now. And then a bunch of adventures happen.
Yeah.
So I think you're open with that.
Exactly.
I'm sure we'll see each other at a CAPCJ meeting. It's the Canadian Association of Judges.
My mom was also an army doctor, actually.
Oh, were you? It's very
You were an
interesting, the
army
army.
I was trained by army
Yeah.
actually, and they wanted to keep me, and then I also married him, and I thought, yeah, like I mean, army life is easy in the sense that if you just go with
Yeah.
whatever they ask
The
you
fun
to
part of the
do.
story is she absconded, and there was a warrant out for her arrest.
Really?
Just for a day.
I don't need this.
Skip over
I'm
that.
going to be with my husband now. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so just for a day, like I mean, because basically when you are in a,
They
it's a
came
lifestyle.
to
where
my
you get it from.
No, she's ended up the military police came to my grandfather's house. They were
Yes,
like, where
they
is
did.
she? He called, he's
These
like,
are
there's
such
some
great stories.
some
I
people
hope
looking for you
someone's
here.
writing them
He's
Yeah.
like, I'll come look for you.
But
She
you
had to
have to
go back
have,
to
you have to
see,
do these things. Because Yamina once, she actually, when she was in boarding, her supervisor, she called me, her house. So she said, oh, she left the house and she is, so I said, okay, I came and she was on, that was fine. So 3 days, she was
Love your mother.
suspended for 3 days. And then I think her house mistress was very, like, stern faced and very nice lady. And she was thinking that I will be shouting on Yamina or on her or this. But I said, Yamina, it was a dumb thing to do. Like to leave
Such
your
a wonderful
residence.
mother.
But the dumber thing is to get
Honestly.
caught. Because this is not, like I mean, leaving is not, everyone does that. But to get caught and not to plan it, right?
That was the problem.
That's the problem.
It says similar things to our boys. Like,
Yeah.
really, if you're gonna try and fool us, at least try.
Yeah, at least, yeah.
Make an
Very
effort.
good at it.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
planning is very important.
The veil has been completely
It's good, somebody needs to be writing all these stories down.
Yeah, I think we,
When
she has.
you write your book
yeah,
or
yeah.
make it to
Okay.
the Supreme Court
Yeah.
or
Let's
something,
see.
yeah.
And these,
See,
all these
let's calm down.
experiences, I mean, they're just blip in your life, but this is
I
what
know,
makes
I
life.
just feel like the
But
time
this
is flying
makes
and
life.
flying,
Yeah.
yeah.
And anyways,
It's so true.
yeah.
So I moved for him, and then we were in Medicine Hat, and we had this great career, and we were all very happy, and he was working for the Army still, but as a civilian. He did his time and got out, and they offered me this job, and I said to him, well, honey, I can just say no, right? I can say no. We have a really good thing going here. I had lots of friends, and the boys were doing well, and he was so great. He said, oh, honey, we'd go anywhere for you. So he closed his practice and packed up his life, and we moved up here, and so it all
that's
evens out, I think, over the course of a
Yeah.
long marriage,
Yeah.
You don't try to count it up too much. You two are a beautiful example of that.
Yeah.
So wonderful.
People are so happy that you're partners here. They're so
He is great. They were way
happy.
happier to get him than me.
No,
He's
I
a
do hear
wonderful
I do hear
doctor.
positive things about you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I doubt it. I hear some of it. But he's,
She does listen to the FDR.
he is a wonderful. I try not to listen. I try not to listen to some. The microphones come on before I come into court,
Oh, okay.
and so if I have to play something back, I try really hard not to listen to what they're saying when I'm not there, because I remember what I used to say. And I would think, well, I know they're recording it, but I would just say it to their face anyway. But I really don't want to know. They should just feel free to say what they want. So
Anything that you don't know never happened.
yeah, it's better. It's better not to hear it.
Should we get a photos with
Yes,
the ladies as well?
please.
Yeah, let's get a couple photos and then we can let Judge Perry
Oh,
know,
yes.
her day as
Yeah.
well.
So much for your time and your day and.
Oh, it was really my pleasure. I miss you so much. Every time I see these ladies in court, I think, come back.
Oh, bismillah. Oh,
You're
you
on the
did
door.
it.
You're
Yeah.
good. Maybe
Yeah.
you're be in the middle. Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'll just take one more. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Awesome.
Perfect. Mahan, you wanna get a photo as well?
Sure. Let me just